Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another What Sold video. I am trying to keep up, and this time we are going to go over the sales for the last 8.5 days. I ended my last What Sold video where I only did like the $20 and up sales on June 10th in the morning, but I had a few more sales that day that we will go over now. And this time around, I am gonna share with you all of my sales. I think it's important to know that not every sale is $20 or above. And I didn't have too many sales, but I had some pretty good ones. And we are going to have some footage of me pulling sales 2 different times. And I will show you a quick update on the chicks. And of course, you'll get a glimpse of Bianca and Arlo and my geese. So fair warning, a little bit further in the video, you will hear a sudden obnoxious and loud sound. That is the honking of my geese. I love them. Will I ever get more? That's a negative. So we are going to, quickly, hi, I'm Amanda. I sell on Poshmark, Kidizen, Mercari, and eBay. And I do this part-time, and in the summer I thought I would be more full-time, but then I decided to put my kids in camps, and I'm like a mom taxi this week, and they're all 3 in different day camps right now. So it's a little crazy, but we're doing the best we can. And I have been listing daily, which I'm obviously seeing a change in my sales. All right, we're gonna start right off with something. I actually picked up a pair of Chaco sandals. Listen, tip for those of you that might need new shoes personally, or if you're already starting your back to school shopping, Ross is where it's at. I had not been in a Ross in a while, but I got myself a pair of Allbirds for $14.99, the flat, really cute ones. I substitute teach during the school year at my kids' school sometimes, and I got a second pair for $15 and sold those and made mine free. You know that's how we do it around here. But I picked up a pair of Chaco sandals, new with the tags. I did pay $30 for them. I got them for my mother-in-law to try for our trip to Hawaii. And I told her, you know what, if they don't fit you or you don't like them, because she doesn't own any sandals like that. I think she ended up going with some Tevas she got. But anyway, she didn't like the arch. And so I'm like, instead of taking them back to Ross, let me see if I can make some money. And I sold them so fast on Kidizen for $54. So after the fees and all of that, I made a profit of $10.73, which to me was worth it to not have to use my gas to go back and return them. So all of that to say, hit up your local Ross. I'm not telling you to go do retail arbitrage if that's not your thing. There's not a ton of profit there. But for me, when I go to the store to buy something for myself, I always pick up something to sell. They've got some pretty great shoes right now. Actually, they always do, but right now it's especially good. All right, no bull. I can't keep those in my store for very long either. I did pick these up at a local store on June the 2nd, and I came home and listed them like 3 days later, and they sold within 2 days after that. It was this pair of Noble Lagoon tropical sandals. So $16 I paid, but I knew they would sell fast, and they did. They sold on eBay for $80. So I've heard some resellers say that it's not selling like it used to, but I'm happy with that flip. Okay. I drank some of this in my last video. I'm trying all the flavors. Side note, do you guys have a sparkling water that you like? I hate LaCroix. Aha is okay. This is the bubbly. I do not like kombucha, whatever that stuff is. I'm just trying to not drink soda, diet soda, because I know diet soda is just as bad for you, but I like bubbles, but I don't like this. Help me out. Okay. I found a pair of Lily Pulitzer men's swim trunks at my local Once Upon a Child when I went recently to do a trade out of my kids' closet stuff. So I paid credits. So I had $8 into these, and I had 2 eBay sales back to back, y'all. I'm proud. I've finally joined the eBay club again. These sold for $47 very quickly. All right, this Kite Baby sleep sack had a ton of interest. I got this at the bins. I put that I had $3.50 into it based on the weight or whatever. I don't usually do that, but for whatever reason, this one I did. And it sold on Poshmark for $25. It was like a bamboo, like weighted, really good quality sleep sack. This Old Navy Gator old outfit came in a ThredUp Kids 50-pound box that I got in the fall time. I had $1.35 into it. Sold on Mercari for $10.80, and I don't have to say anymore. Whatever it sells for on Mercari, because I do not offer free shipping, I made $10.80. And my Mercari prices are weird because during all this change, when they went from fees, no return, whatever, it suggested that you drop your prices by 10%. And I just said, okay, so it dropped all 700 or whatever of my list prices by 10%, but it did it with like change. So like 1080, 2115, I don't know. So a lot of my Mercari sales now are random prices, which that's fine. All right, this was not a good buy. It was a vintage air compressor. I don't know, I just thought it was cool and it worked. I only paid $2.99 for it from a local Goodwill so long ago that I didn't write the date. It also sold on eBay. Here it is for $37. Now on Poshmark, I had a video of it working and I got good feedback for it. So, and the person's like name was like, I collect 60s stuff or something like that. So I don't know, maybe they just have like, I don't know. I just thought it was cool that that's all he buys. Okay. Another bins sale. This was a pair of Spanx footless pantyhose sold like within a day of listing. So super cheap, new in the package. Sold on eBay for $15. And I think the normal price was $25 on them. This was something I got when I went with my mom, I think, recently to the bins. It's not been listed. It was listed like a day also. It was this American Eagle leather belt. Oh, Michael and I did the unboxing and he was like, I think I had that belt. In the description I put, I'm pretty sure it's vintage just because it had a rip tag. It was only $24.50 full price for a solid leather nice belt. And I feel like these days it's probably more. So I had about $2 into it from the bins, and it was a full price, like overnight sale on eBay for $29. And like several days later, is it just me? Like I resell to not have to like talk to people. That's why I don't run a brick and mortar. I do not like to get messages because I get instant anxiety. Like, oh my gosh, they're going to ask me for a zillion other measurements, or it's always the people that ask me questions that leave, like they have issues, right? But or it's even worse after the sale, right? It's usually someone saying thank you or whatever, but still, I got popped up. Oh, you have a message on eBay. eBay gives me the most anxiety because I know it's coming. One day I will get negative feedback, but it was this person. I'll put their message right here. It was just a man saying, thank you so much. I had this belt. I gave it to Goodwill years ago. I'm so happy to have found it again. So he loved his belt. And I was like, thank you for letting me know. But so that was fun. That was a fun little sale. So pick up leather belts. I've seen other resellers selling them quickly, and they're usually pretty cheap at thrift stores. All right, this Wild Fox ringer tee I picked up at the ThredUp outlet when that was a thing. I had $5 into it. Sold on Poshmark for $17. This, oh my gosh, I was glad to see this go. Do you have things in your shop? I'm not someone that takes things down. Once I take the time to list it and photograph it, it's staying for the long haul until the end of time. This came in like my very first ever ThredUp 200-pound box back in probably 2020. I had $1.32 into it. It was this like boutique-y bandage bra. It was awful. I don't know why I listed it. Well, because it was new with tags, that's why. It finally sold on Kidizen for $9, and after it was all said and done, I made $1.92, but I'm so glad it is gone. This pair of shorts, I actually sold, and then I couldn't find them. So I refunded the person. This has been a couple months ago. Finally found them randomly in my office the other day. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but I relisted them and they sold the next day. On Kidizen, it was this pair of mini Bowden little shorts. I think what happened was they were my son's and they ended up back in his room. I don't know. But they sold for $21.15. All right, Tevas. I sold a pair, like Tevas are selling, y'all. This pair I did pick up at Goodwill. If you watched my haul recently, it was in that. I picked them up for $7. They sold like within a day or two for $29 on Poshmark. This is another one I had since last fall. The brand was Saheli, and it was a skirted leggings, which people that you could use keywords like modest. I see a lot of people, we go to the theme parks a lot, wearing, if they want to wear leggings, but they don't want to show off their butt or whatever. People like these skirted leggings. So it took a bit to sell. They only sold for $14, but I like listing things that are a need for people. All right, I'm going to pause and we are going to kick it back to a few days ago, and we're gonna pull some items together and you'll see some of my animals, and then I'll be back here to finish up the last couple of days. We are starting in my office. This is a pair of toddler North Face boots. I had about $6 into these from a local Once Upon a Child here in Orlando. I've said it before, when we find snow gear, it's usually probably worn on one little vacation. So these sold on eBay for $25 plus shipping. So that is a great little sale to start out with. And this one was in my office. I keep some random things on a shelf in my closet in here. Now we are going to head to my inventory closet to pull the rest. I came to let the dogs out, so I thought I would put in a snippet for those of you who love to see all my animals. There's Cheez-It, Clarabelle, Hagrid, Norbert. Hi, babies. I know you're so excited to see me. Hi. All right, we're gonna get started on building the chicken coop this week. I don't have a treat for you yet. I'll go back. There's Bianca Marie. And Arlo. All right, in my messy inventory room, but sometimes it pays off to not have put things away. These are a pair of towels. I picked them up at Goodwill for $6.67. They are a much smaller size than I thought until I got home, of course, but they sold on an offer sent to me of $38, and they did not take that long to sell. I'm in box L. Why are there two step stools in here? Who knows? All right. It's much harder when Michael's not here to help me. I sold this dress by Beach Lunch Lounge. I love this brand. It's not super cheap, but it is a slow mover for me. So I stopped picking it up to resell, but I did pick this one up probably 2 years ago from the ThredUp outlet, which sadly, as I've mentioned, is no longer a thing. I had $5.01 into it, and it finally sold for $20. Let's see. These are a pair of Gladiator sandals. Thankfully, I found the stock photo. I know it's controversial. I don't use them all the time, but these, they are new. They have a price tag of $225 on them, but they do have some random black marks on them, which I, of course, disclosed. And I had $15 into them. I bought them online, and they sold for $40, but it took a really long time. I think I listed them around Halloween thinking they might sell as a costume. They did not. We are in Y. I love selling my own kids' stuff. This is a bundle of animal shirts from the Children's Place, so they are not expensive in the first place. These came out of my son's closet, and I sold the 4 of them for $10. I have something else not put away yet because I literally just listed them. This is my Hulkin full right outside my inventory room. I sold a pair of Tevas. Actually, I listed 2 pairs. Let me dig and not let you have to bear the noise of all this plastic. Hang tight. Okay, these had a ton of interest. I'm telling you, Tevas are quick movers. I cannot keep them for more than a few days in my closet. These sold on Mercari for $19. They do have a little red spot of paint or something right there. These were in my very most recent bins haul video. My mom picked these up in a picked over bin. I threw them in the washer. They came out perfect. You will see at some point in this video the other pair I sold. Just super fast movers. I will always pick up Tevas. The size, just make sure you can read the size, and you are good to go. I throw them in the wash them, air dry, and they almost always come out perfect. So $2 into these, into $19. So not huge money, but they could have sold for probably $25 or so without that little mark, but still a good flip from the bins. And the last sale going out this morning, super old. This is from when they used to do men's 100-pound boxes on ThredUp. Terrible. This box, if I remember correctly, was terrible. This took forever to sell. I thought it might sell fast, but it did not. It's a size 3X. You can't see the tag, but it is a vintage Hawaiian button down. This was before I took measurements on things, so this has been listed for forever now, and it finally sold. I sent out like a $9 offer, and I think I only had it listed at maybe 15. Finally sold. Super glad to see it go. But I still did make, because I don't use the shipping discount option anymore on my offers. So even though I had over $3 into it, I still made a couple dollars. All right, I'm going to get these things all packed up. All right, we are all packed up. We've got our eBay sale, the boots. We've got our Mercari, Tivas, and Posh. When I sell shoes on Posh, I do try to use boxes. And y'all know I like to use extra stickers on the edges. My hands are wet because, you know, I had to pet the ducks. And then even on these boxes, I do use an extra sticker. Those are free from the post office. And we're going to go shove these in my oversized mailbox. And now I've got to actually get to work. All my kids are in summer camp this week, so I shall be taking photos. All right, my mailman is late today. I just had another sale come through, so I'm going to hurry and get it out. It is this little girl size 5T smocked one-piece bathing suit. I picked this up on ThreadUp for my own daughter, and then we just had way too much in this size, so I listed it, and somebody got my Posher VA offer. I do 20% with no discount shipping after 12 minutes, I think. I change it up sometimes, but I do sometimes get full price sales, and I found if you do it for 5 minutes, which I know a lot of other resellers suggest doing it like 3 to 5 minutes, you kind of miss the opportunity to get a full price sale, but you then also might miss somebody who wants to just jump on the app real quick and get an offer. So you got to just figure out what works best for you. So they got my $20 offer, and here we go. Let's go get it out in the mailbox. And in case you wanted a chickie update, we are 3 weeks old now. They're all starting to get their little combs and some feathers. We still hope that they are all hens and not roosters, but only time will tell. Right? We're getting ready to get some roosting bars for them. And next week, you gotta try to learn how to jump out and fly. Next week, they will get to go explore the grass and get some sunshine. Right here, my 2 sales going out this morning. These are Superga. They're really cool. They're like a velvety. They do show wear around the edges. But I have had these for over 2 years. They came in a ThreadUp shoebox, so I had about $6 into them. They finally sold on eBay for an offer someone sent to me of $16.99 plus shipping. So not making a lot, but really glad to see them go. They're probably going for the 4th. And this, I know I've said this before, but this is like a little lovey. And it's just the brand Just One You by Carter's. It probably came from Target. I always pick these up at the bins. So our bins are now $1.94 a pound. I mean, this is, well, I guess I could tell you, couldn't I? Let's see. This is 3 ounces, so you can do the math. And it sold for $10.80 on Mercari overnight, and plus shipping. So I get $10.80. Yay, no seller fees there. So these 2 things are going out today. All right, I had a fabulous sale. Like, I think this is the best part of being a reseller is when you list something and it sells within a day, and you know it's not because you underpriced it, it's because it's just a good item. So I went to Clothes Mentor very recently and did a trade and picked up a Patagonia organic cotton pullover, and it was like a new condition. Honestly, the feel of it made me think it had never been washed or worn. I didn't list it like that. I just said it was in great condition, but I did pay $25 for it. It sold so fast on Mercari. It was an overnight, one of those you wake up to a sale and like, yes, it sold for my full asking price of $75. And so that means I made $50 because of the no fees. It went out UPS, Smart Post, yes. So it happened to be that morning I also had an Amazon return. So, because I have to make an extra trip when I sell things like that. It's not too far away, but great sale, super fast. So don't be afraid to pay up for some things that you know are gonna sell so fast. It's like 100 degrees here and I'm selling long sleeve stuff. And these type of sales always surprise me as well, maybe because I just have access to such cheap things around, like a Maidenform bra, like a little t-shirt bra. This came in a fun box. I had $4 into it. I always list them. It sold on Poshmark for $16. Plus they paid the $7.15 shipping. Is it still $7.15? Whatever it is. So they paid a lot for this little bra. I mean, they always say they retail for $30 or whatever, but nobody's paying that. They must really just have this bra already and love it. All right, we had 2 more sales that came after that, but I'm pretty sure I already showed you the clip. We just put all the clips together. And then the last one I had to go out was A pair of Keens. These were my son's. I actually picked these up at Once Upon a Child, I think for $5. And I bought them for him for Hawaii. He was like, I'm not wearing those. And they were like in brand new condition. They sold on Poshmark really quickly after listing. I still pick up Keens. The women's ones do not sell as well in my opinion, but these sold for $30. So not too bad for a pair of, I mean, they were a youth 7. So the biggest kid size that you can get. So not a ton of sales, but money-wise, I did have like $50, $80, 47, 25, 30. I mean, I had a lot of higher priced sales, which makes me happy. So, you know, I'm I sell a lot of $15 to $20 sales. So it was a fantastic week in terms of numbers. I didn't add it all up because y'all know I'm not that organized, but so far June has been better for me already. I have made more money than I did all of April and May, not combined, but month-wise. So hopefully it continues. We've got 10 more days left in the month, so I hope your sales are going well. List all the things. You know, I'm selling snow boots and long sleeve sweaters. So list all the things, and I will catch you early next week with a 50 pounds kids box. My plan is to go to Once Upon a Child on Monday so I can get that video up for you. And just keep on chugging along. I have not been keeping track of the listing challenge I gave to myself, but I'm listing every day. And so to me, I am winning. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.